is Dustin Rogers here with Bob Terry, otherwise known as Mr. Terry, for the next episode of Torch Talk. So we're doing an interview with Mr. Terry. You're pretty much a celebrity around here.
Thank you.
Everybody loves you. We all know you for your briefcase and your substitute teaching, and we kind of just wanted to know more about you because we know that you're leaving soon. So we kind of want to just like get to know you before you go.
Thank you.
So let's just start off with a generic question. So what is your favorite food?
Ribeye steak.
Ribeye steak. Do you have any particular place you like it from? Or do you like cook it yourself?
Myself, yeah.
Yeah, you cook it yourself? That's
Yeah.
great. All right, and then have you traveled anywhere?
Yes. During the Korean War,
Mhm.
I was in the United States Navy on a destroyer, but no, I didn't. We didn't fight in the Korean War because we were in the Atlantic Fleet. So our ships were as in a destroyer, and we were in the Mediterranean Sea, exercising all the time. That if something went bad, then we would have gone over to Korea. But but anyway, and it says, have you traveled anywhere? Yeah, our ship landed in Spain, Italy, Algeria, France, Rome, Greece, and Turkey.
Wow. So you've been everywhere, really.
Yes, sir.
So what age did you join the Navy?
1952 to 54.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I never knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the main thing is that I stress that I didn't fight in the war because our fleet was over in the Mediterranean.
Right.
But we were training. We were ready to go over there if they needed us.
Right. So you were like on call.
Yeah.
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 That's awesome. Well, here's another question. Do you watch TV, and if so, what is your favorite show?
60 Minutes. To me, they delve into problems that just interesting shows. I think I just like 60 Minutes.
Mhm.
I'm kind of a news freak. I like 60 Minutes.
Yeah, that's a good show. I like it too. All right. Well, then now let's just dive into the history of you.
Okay.
Where did you grow up?
I was born in Superior, Wisconsin, and when I was in 8th grade, we moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So then, you came from Wisconsin, then went to Minnesota. What made you come to Indiana?
I got my first sales job with a company called Coates and Clark. To this date, they're still in business. It makes sewing thread, and they transferred me from Minneapolis to Fort Wayne, Indiana, as a salesman. So I traveled the 2 states in Fort Wayne, out of Fort Wayne. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice. All right. Well, then, what are some of your greatest life experiences or your favorite memory?
Well, being a sub teacher.
Yeah.
Now, I was a salesman for 50 years. I'm 83, by the way.
Wow.
I was a salesman for 50 years, and then I was substitute teacher for 11 years. But something about it, I wouldn't make a professional teacher really. I made it a sub teacher, but when I retired, in the selling business, you have to deal with rejection every day in the week. If you did, you'd be a millionaire because you could sell everybody. But so I was in a business whereby you'd have to open up probably 200 accounts a year to break even. So if you opened up 400, then you made money, and I did well in it. But in sub teaching, when I walk into a school, everyone says hello. What a great feeling versus being a salesman and wondering whether you can get past the interview. See, so it was. So I love the subbing part. I think if I divided all my 50, 60 years of working in 10-year segments, although I'd still prefer to be a salesman, but the 10 years of substituting was really great. Yeah.
Well, we all enjoy you being here too.
Thank you.
So. All right. What was the most impactful thing you did in your life?
I just couldn't think of something that
Well, I think that you being here as a
Okay.
sub was
Okay.
really impactful for all the students,
Okay.
especially. to what do you do for fun, or what are your hobbies?
Okay, it's woodworking, and who I have to give a lot of credit to is Mike Metz. I was subbing for C4 over in North,
Mhm.
and they were building a shed um, about 6 by 8 feet.
Right.
And I didn't know how to make a shed. In the meantime, I had to build one from we live on a lake and needed a fishing shed. So I went over there and subbing, but I'd write down, as they were building it, I'd write every inch, every footage of piece that we'd make a cut on and take it home and do that. I was building the same shed down in the lake. And, and, and thanks to Mike Metz's class, it made a pretty good carpenter out of me.
So you kind of learn by teaching.
Well, I didn't really teach. He did the teaching, but I was there to see the product being made from scratch,
Nice.
and that got me going into woodworking and which is my hobby now, is woodworking and carpentry.
It's a good hobby. So a lot of us want to know, how did you start substitute teaching?
A friend of mine up in Annapolis is he retired now, but he was a welding teacher, very well known. And at the time, he knew the C4 teacher back before Mr. Hack was in charge, and he knew her. This lady was the lady, and he called her and said that you're looking for subs. Well, I'm not a welding person, but she says, yes, we are. We always need subs, regardless if they're welders or not. See, so I applied, and surprised to me, I got hired as a substitute teacher. I called in the office, and they hired me, and that was it.
Nice. And you said you were a sub for 11 years.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I might add, the first year, the first class I had was Taylorsville Elementary. Remember, I was a salesman for 50 years, so going in as a sub teacher was unbelievable for me, see.
Right.
And every 15 minutes they make a change in the class, and this boy in second grade could tell I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't. So he says, Mr. Terry, I'll take over, and he literally taught the class. And then this one girl was misbehaving, and he said, now you go over her and change her card from red to pink, pink to red, because she's misbehaving. Well, I couldn't do that on my first day, get a little girl in trouble, so I didn't do that. But I'll never forget that the first couple of years. Did a lot of elementary teaching, and then I got involved with North and East, well, primarily North, and in Central, Middle, and East. For 11 years, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would you say you picked up any substitute teaching habits, or maybe skills or tricks that you might have learned throughout the 11 years?
Well, I learned that you have to be very well prepared as a sub teacher, and so I made myself a checklist. As long as I followed my checklist, I was able to do a satisfactory job.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know that everybody here at East loves having you as a sub, but we know that you're leaving soon. So, how do you plan on spending your retirement?
Just woodworking, carpentry, and I'm helping my grandson build a house, and I can still do I can cut the pieces. I don't want to climb any ladders, but I can cut the 2x4s and do the framing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and then just do woodworking.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's really cool, actually. Do you guys how big of a house are you guys building? Just like a 2-story, 1-story?
No, it's gonna be 1 story. It's right now. It's let's see, 40 feet by 60 feet. It's kind of a beginning house, and then he's going to add on to it when he gets it paid for it.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any advice for students at Columbus East High School?
got here. Take advantage of the fact that your teachers teaching you can be your best friend in the sense that they are teaching you to learn things which you will eventually use as you get out of school, go into a trade or college, and respect the teachers for that, because if you follow their instructions, it's a step in the right direction.
Well, that's some great advice. Thank you, Mr. Terry. I think that's all the questions that we have for today. I'd like to thank you for coming out and talking to me, and I look forward to seeing you for the rest of your time here.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that.